What's going on, guys? Night Gaming back with another MLB The Show 20 video. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Stage 4 Finest, which a couple of days ago was confirmed to be Finest. If we head out here, we just go over to the schedule, and it says Finest 2020 this Friday, Team Affinity Stage 4. That basically confirmed it, even though it was confirmed. I'm not going to be talking really about specific cards. I will be doing that on my video on Friday, where I'm going to be talking about specifics, but I'm going to go over what I think is going on with some of the finest, and maybe just talking about some specific cards in general. So let's get into it. So, MLB The Show has been releasing them on their Twitter, all over it. They're releasing stats, little videos, showcasing the brand new finest cards. Now, most teams have a card. I don't know exactly how many, but I do know that the majority of teams do have a card. So I'm just going to quickly count them real quick. So I just counted real quick, 16 teams have a card, and some of them, I'll be honest, aren't good. I'll be honest, recently they did release the Miami Marlins finest, which is Miguel Rojas. Now, this card, play everywhere in the infield, 95 fielding, has 52 speed and 76 steal, which is a little weird in my opinion, and only 71 arm strength. His stats against lefties, 125 contact, 100 power, are pretty good, but he only has 85, 75 against righties, but he does have pretty high vision. Now, that is not a terrible card, but it is not endgame. If I go into my current team, now, obviously, I would have Corey Seager at second base, but I will be doing a Gavin Lux debut soon, so that's why Gavin Lux is there at the moment. But anyway, even if I throw Seager in there, and I need to go to secondary positions to do that, look at Seager. He has better stats against lefties. Granted, the fielding isn't as good, but let's just go to Tatis here. He has almost the same fielding, much better speed, much better arm strength, and a much more balanced hitter. That's the thing. They've shown us that they will buff cards. Like Gavin Lux, I know this is a Future Stars card, but this is kind of juiced. I'll be honest, but it is a pennant race award, so, I mean, Randy and Rosarena, they buffed this card insanely. Maxed out hitting stats everywhere except power versus lefties, so they show us they can do it. And the grind that is required to Stage 4, Team Affinity. You have to do so much just to get there. If we just go into it, go all the way over, it's 0.240. You have to get a lot of progress in Team Affinity to be able to get there. So, is it worth it to get a really bad Miguel Rojas? No, I mean, granted, the Rays is, someone like the Rays has a really good card. They got Nick Anderson, really good relief pitcher. Does that, I mean, that probably makes sense to put at the end of a program, put cards like that. But putting cards like a Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with gold fielding, 50 speed, and just border, not even 100 power on both sides, and okay contact, just isn't worth it. Like, you could make a solid argument, actually not just a solid argument, you can make a really good argument. This Tom Henke card is better than the Lourdes Gurriel Jr. finest for the Blue Jays, and it's a lot, and it's a whole 70 points before the 99 Gurriel Jr. So, I mean, there's some cards, the Twins, Nelson Cruz, maxed out against lefties, and good hitting stats against righties. The fielding and the speed are both terrible. I'm personally okay with that. They got something similar in Harmon Killebrew, very similar cards. And Nelson Cruz might be the best bench bat against lefties in the game. He's really good. They also released a 99 Freddy Freeman. Really balanced hitter, surprisingly good stats against lefties, with really good fielding. He has diamond fielding if you play him at first base. Even though it doesn't matter that much, it's still helpful to have. So, some cards they did right, some cards they did extremely wrong. I mean, and again, some teams just weren't good this season, and some players, they couldn't just pick one. I had trouble picking some of the finest, but even if it is, like, they have some seriously juiced cards in this game. Some seriously juiced flashbacks. So let's just go into MLB cards. Let's filter flashback. We go a 99 Travis Star now. Alright, I'm not going to be doing postseason cards. I will do everything but a postseason card. Because those, they just juice out of their minds. So, a free card just for one game. They kind of juices Lucas Giolito. Now, he doesn't have good pitches. Still, it's a really good card. They juiced so much. Trey Turner got this card for an inside the park home run. And you could make the argument that, like, there's a lot of cards better than this one. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say is that the finest are worse than this. This is better than some of the finest cards. And Trey Turner didn't get it for a whole season of work. And this card came out a lot sooner, and it's not at the end of a very hard program. So, just what I'm thinking is that Team Affinity, they should have buffed every single card. Every single card that had a great hitting season should have incredible hitting. They should have better, like, a common theme I'm seeing is pretty OP pretty, like, good stats against one side, but they can't hit the other side. Like Trevor Story has like 120, is like something 123 and 120 against lefties, but 97 and 81 against righties. Now, likely, I'm still going to use that card because he looks pretty good on paper with Diamond fielding out there at shortstop at good speed. But it would really be an endgame card if they made the right-handed stats better. Because, I mean, what's the point in taking out Tatis when he's going to destroy righty-righty, and Trevor Story's going to do meh righty-righty? They have very similar speed, very similar fielding. So why should you take out Tatis, who's a surefire bat against righties and is still pretty good against lefties, for Trevor Story? So that's just my opinion on what's going on with the finest cards at the moment. They're still releasing them. There's still a lot of teams that could get some really good finest cards, but we still don't know. So I'm United Gaming. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. Now I'm going to end the video.